Hi, friends. In our gospel lesson this week, we hear about Jesus when he went up on the mountainside and was surrounded by a huge throng of people. And he began to teach. And when dinner time came, he could see that folks were hungry, but no one had brought out any food. So he asked his disciples to go and get food for the crowd. And they were perplexed because they couldn't figure out how in the world they were going to get enough food to feed maybe the 5,000 plus women and children that were sitting around. But then a young boy came up and offered his sack lunch of just 5 small rolls and 2 little fish. And they handed it over to Jesus with a sigh. But you know Jesus, he took it and he separated it out. And before you know it, the entire crowd was fed and there were baskets of scraps left over. And you know how I imagine that miracle coming about is that when folks saw this young boy willing to share his lunch with others and give it away, they all started pulling out under their picnic blankets and baskets and whatever satchels their own food, and they began to separate it and share it, and pretty soon, lo and behold, there was enough when everyone was generous. And you know, I think that is the true miracle, and I've seen it played out again this week with Daniel Mercado, a small 12-year-old boy who went to his parents after seeing on TV how many people were beginning to be food insecure because of COVID-19. He asked if he could use his 12th birthday and instead of getting gifts, asked that people give donations to the food bank. And so he wrote a letter, and his parents made copies, and they left a copy at each one of their neighbors' houses up and down the street. And pretty soon the neighbors started bringing food over for the food bank, and some of them told their friends, and their friends told their friends, and somebody put it on one of the social media sites, and pretty soon the food bank received their best donation day ever of 2,000 pounds of food. I think that's what happens when we give our heart to Jesus and we give even the least small bit of generosity. Jesus can take what we give, break it and bless it, and make it into a great blessing for many others. Have a great week, friends.